Hi guys, GammaQueen here, and I hope you really like that intro. I kind of had a lot of fun making that. It was quite fun, so I can't wait to do that again. That was pretty cool. So this is a build on a new restaurant I've been working on and playing a little bit of. I've wanted to make a vegan restaurant ever since I heard about the pack coming out, Dine Out, so this was sort of an idea that I got playing one of my families who are very health conscious. They are incredibly fit, and they like treating their bodies as temples. And I thought, if this was a real family in real life, they would totally be vegan and totally into that whole lifestyle, which is great. And I think Dine Out provides a lot of opportunity to sort of explore some of those lifestyles. There's vegetarians, there's pescatarians, so it's a really cool idea. And so I was really excited to make this, and I wanted it to have really high ceilings, lots and lots of windows, because I wanted it to be very nature-centric, very earthy, and have lots of greenery and foliage surrounding it. So I decided to make this cool back entrance that the waiters and staff use to go upstairs to the very cool rooftop patio. So I've made this kind of like the office of the restaurant, so that's what's in that little room there. So I'm just figuring out the size and how big I kind of want the patio to be, and I changed that fencing because it's just too much. So we go for a nice glass and white, so lots of white in this build. I add some greenery, and sort of my thought for this was kind of make a cool faux kind of waterfall. So I made it tropical plants, some rocks, and then I put the water feature that came with, I think, Spa Day, that pack. It goes against the rock wall there, so it kind of looks like there's a waterfall going on, so tie in that nature aspect. And I wanted to fill it up with a pond, and right now I realized for some reason I made a basement and it wasn't letting me make a stupid pond, but I figured it out. And so here we go. We're making kind of a nice little water feature. So, I'm thinking the waterfall is going to pool into this. There's going to be some jets blowing up water and making a cool little feature. And it's nice playing it because you can hear the water from outside, and I've put some bar table and stools right at the window, so you can kind of eat your meal, you can enjoy watching the water and hear it running. It's quite nice. So trying to experiment with some different water features now. Haven't really experimented with those before. The fountains, it's a little new to me, so I've added, there we go. I'm trying to figure out a color that sort of matches nicely. Then I'm doing some rocks, so it kind of gives that impression that the water is coming from above and falling down the wall. Really tropical looking. I really like it. So people sitting up there can have a little bit of privacy. They got some foliage going on, and they can have something nice to look at while they eat their vegan dishes, as you saw in my lovely commercial. They are 100% organic and non-GMO. So kind of a cool idea for a restaurant. I really love making marketing is my job in real life a little bit, so I've always been interested in slogans and advertising. So I was experimenting with some floor tiles, but I kind of came up with this cool idea for the entrance to make it look like a branch. I originally put some like stone or something, and I'm like, what? It would be cool if it was green turf and that people just walked on the grass into the restaurant. So I thought that was kind of neat. It looks like a branch. It's on a nice angle. So very open and very airy, this restaurant. I really like it. So trying out some of the new signs here. They're a little tricky though. I ended up not doing this particular kind. Some of those flat ones aren't very nice, so it took me a while. I thought about using that, which I later use inside the restaurant, but just end up going with this, I believe, and just a simple lettering. So very tricky to figure out. And now we're figuring out the walls. Chose that nice exposed brick look. Move some windows around. Gotta make it look good from both levels. Did a different color for the top half wall of the roof. It's looking pretty good. And I'm gonna put some foliage up there, make it look really nice. I tried adding some pop of color, but in the end I just get rid of it and go with the green. So adding a little vent, maybe that comes up from the kitchen or something. So we did a little bit of that. Then I added these nice little hanging baskets, or what do you call those? I don't know, but they're nice. It goes with the greenery theme. So now we're figuring out the wall colorings, and I chose these industrial type lights for the whole look of the restaurant. So it kind of adds that nature, and then maybe it was built in an old warehouse of some sort, so that's why the ceilings are really high, like it was an old workroom or something like that. So I kept the original industrial type lights, added a nice little sign in the front, and the other restaurant I did first, there wasn't enough room to have 2 chefs, so that's something I really wanted to do in this build, because it's very hectic when your restaurant gets up in the higher levels and customers want their food fast and they want it good. So choosing the counters now, there's not a lot of options with counters, and I'm getting pretty sick of them. So just trying to figure out a right one for that still looked kind of organic and kind of, with that earth tone. So I think we end up with this. And nope, that doesn't work, so remove that. Lots of experimentation on this. So I do like how the 2 chef tables are right up against each other, and right now I still only have 1 chef for this restaurant, so I can't wait to add another one. Right now it's pretty hard to get up to that 5-star level, but my chef's doing pretty good, so we'll see when I play it some more. But it's a really cute restaurant. Since I did that opening, I've changed the outfits for the staff a little bit, so they're kind of a little bit more hippie. They're kind of, the long skirts, bright colors, so they're a little more trendy. Not so, they're still classy, but they're a little bit more laid back, is the word. So these are the cool bathrooms for the place. So they got incredibly high ceilings. I don't know if I needed to make them that high, but I just wanted it to be really open and really nice inside. So the bathrooms have a very, very high ceiling. So I put some fancy wall art in them, and just toilet, sink, female and male doors. That's all you really need. I like these lights, but it wasn't the right kind of green for the place, so I choose a different kind that look really good. There's still that yellow, these ones, they got that kind of yellow and green tone to them, so those are really nice. So I ended up planning the tables off camera because there was a lot of strategy with them, so I wanted to make sure I got some good ones. So we have a bar table for the window, which is really fun, actually. I like seeing people sit there. It's kind of cool. So they've got the higher stools on the table, and I added 2 of those branches, and it's just too much, so I got rid of that, and it sort of took away from the nice branch art feature there with the lights in the background. I really like that, so it's sized up a teeny bit. And I realized I didn't have like a waiting kind of area, like with seats. So I added these cool chairs, and we add a nice divider that's leafy. And I removed that leaf part beside the hostess table because it just looked too much. So we put it up against the wall, and that's where the host stays. And, you know, people like to sit in the middle there, wait for their table, which is really cool. So that's the inner part of the restaurant, the main seating. So, you know, only 3 tables, but, you know, we have that big one for bigger groups. Then we have the bar table and then the 2 small ones there. So actually, when I started playing it, those 2 back tables by the branch light feature there, they're a little tricky. Sometimes they get stuck or the host can't seat them or something like that. So I've played around with it a little bit. It seems to be better, but I don't know, something's up with that. So I've had to shift the chairs around a little bit, testing out what actually is the issue with them. So yeah, but I do like the separate entrance that I have for the waiters and households. So they there's a door now that's outside of the little office area here, so they can go up those stairs and they can exit from there, which is really handy when it's really busy, and so they don't have to go all the way out and up the stairs. They can just quickly go through the kitchen and up those stairs, and boom, you're at the patio. So it's quite nice. And I also have a waiter station also up on the roof, which is super handy. I don't know why I didn't do it right away. So if you do decide to download it, it is in the gallery, and I have made all those changes. I made sure that I played through it a little bit with owning a restaurant and everything, so that I would work out some of the kinks, which I did, and it works pretty good for a decent restaurant. It runs on the little bit of the pricier side, but it's pretty functional, and I quite like it a lot. It's got lots of potential for, you know, lots of busy restaurants, lots of tables, so you can get really busy with it. So, and I do like that new leaf painting that was added with Dine Out. Perfect color scheme for this restaurant, and seeing that, I was really inspired to make one of these kind of restaurants, something really earthy and, you know, that sort of lifestyle. So it was a really fun one. So now I've done this nice green paneling for the office, and so those are the stairs that go down that secret stairwell to the upstairs. So, you know, this is where I imagine the owner would do its paperwork and filing, and, you know, maybe have meetings up there. So I added a nice couch that, you know, you can't nap on those though. So I did have to change it to another couch because my owner really needed to sleep. So that is something that's different in the uploaded version. So, and along with the door and a couple other things that I had to change. But overall, this is pretty much it. And I really like the chairs. You know, there's lots of space up there. Mostly people sit up there to begin with. I tried changing maybe a couple of the chairs to these wood things. Actually, I ended up changing them all, and then decided I didn't really like it. So they were just too organic looking, too earthy, more like camping and stuff. So I didn't do that. So we changed them back, and now I'm figuring out how to do this lovely backyard area. I wanted to keep it pretty straightforward, just in case you needed to move this to a smaller lot or one that's different. So I just kept, you know, most of the foliage around the outside of the building. Did some little terrain painting. You know, didn't want it to look too manicured, so, you know, I toned it down a little bit. Add some little flowers. I really like that, so that when you're going up the stairs, you know, all those windows are there. It's a nice restaurant. For sure. It'd be nice to work here. So that's it, and here are the lovely screenshots of the patio with my Sims working hard, trying to impress those clients. This is the main room with the washrooms. I really love that front bar table. It's really cool. I love it when they sit there. Yeah, that's a nice wall feature there. Backyard, or back area. And that's the front. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. If you like this video, give me a like, and remember to subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. So happy simming.